2 weeks after a Nigerian medical doctor named Adegbo Sheikh was jailed in the UK, another Nigerian medical doctor, Richard Akiroluba, is in the news again. This doctor has been found guilty and sent to jail. The reason this doctor has been jailed is quite similar to the reason the other Nigerian doctor, Dr. Sheikh, was jailed. This has left me to question what is happening. Are there underlying issues that we are not aware of that we need to start talking about? Is this spiritual attack? Is this motivated by human desire to acquire things for themselves? Let me know what your views are as we share the story of Dr. Richard, who moved to the United Kingdom in 2003 after graduating in Nigeria. Richard is a highly respected, trust-grade specialist registrar of obstetricians and gynecologists at the university hospital where he was working. This man, he told his employer that he was dealing with stress. Good afternoon. Frank is my name. The Lunch Club is where you hear the latest update about immigrant and immigration update. We are sharing these stories to inform and educate our audience. When Richard told his employer, he said, I am dealing with stress. The pressure of this work is affecting me. I cannot cope with this work again because this work, the stress, the demand for this work is too much. The employer then said to Richard, why not you speak to occupational health? Richard was referred to occupational health for support and he was advised. Richard came back again and said, you know what, this stress is too much. I cannot deal with this work. Richard then was forced to take time off work and he took time off for sick leave. Now, this doctor, what he did, he then told his employer that he's no longer working for them. He said to them that, look, whilst you've given me time to take off because I'm not well, this sickness is really, really affecting me. Richard started working whilst he was on leave, sick leave for work because he was unwell. He then started working in other areas. He was then using his name to work in other places. He was working in Prince Alexander Hospital in East Kent. He was also working at Midland South Hospital in Essex. He was working, his employer, King's College, were still thinking that Richard is not well, that Richard is dealing with stress, that the stress of this work is so stressful that Richard just couldn't cope. Meanwhile, Richard was seen working. His employer started suspecting. You know, the medical world is a very small world. Words goes around. Before you knew what was happening, somebody said, I saw somebody that looked like Richard, Dr. Richard, at Prince Alexander Hospital in Kent. So, are you serious? That can't be true. The doctor is not well. He's dealing with stress. The doctor, somebody else again said, came. I said, I saw Dr. Richard in East End in Essex. Somebody said, no. The man is a man of integrity. He's not well. They called the doctor and said, doc, we're just calling to check on you to see how you're doing. The doctor said, I'm still dealing with stress. I am not well. The stress is too much. When are you coming back to work, doctor? The doctor said, I don't know. I have to go and see my doctor again to see, for them to assess me, see how I'm doing. Okay. What the doctor didn't know is that they have now gotten enough information that this doctor is working and earning a lot of money. Meanwhile, It is fair to assume that the doctor probably thought that, that house in Lekki that people have been telling me to buy in Nigeria, if I continue to do this thing I'm doing now, I'll just make more money. At least if I make more money, I'll buy that house in Lekki. He probably bought the house in Lekki and he started thinking about buying another landed property. Oh, if I just finish this property, then I'll stop. You know the urge that comes with greed and money. The more you have, the more you start thinking, your mind starts telling you, why not you just buy another property in Lekki before you start? After all, they're not going to be caught. Just keep doing it. Just tell them you're not well and you continue to get salary. The doctor was collecting salary. The doctor, they said when a dog wants to die and it does, I say, whoa, 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 like a lion, start barking like a lion. If you are the owner of the dog, my brother and my sister, just forget the dog, because this doctor should have known that his name is on the payroll with two employers. His employers that are still paying him his salary. The employer had to hire an agency doctor. They were paying the agency doctor because the doctor was not well. Meanwhile, the doctor's name is on two records. One is employer, King's College. Two, the other employers that the guy was working for. But because the man was probably focused on the property in Lekki, he was probably focused on buying a property. It did not even occur to him that he has his name on two places. He continued. This all happened between October 2028 and December 2018 to December 2021. For 3 years, our brother was just making the money. And this guy made up to the tune of 268,000 pounds. If you calculate that by Nigeria exchange rate, the guy that's probably looking at close to that's probably going to give you you're looking at over 500 million. This guy was meanwhile calculating that Banana Island, man, if I just get some more, at least Banana Island with 900 million, I can buy a house in Banana Island and live next to Davido. I mean, I'll be among the big boys in Nigeria. This doctor, his employer, then provided all the information that was needed. Before you know what was, our anti-fraud team swap in. They had evidence where the guy was working, because where he was working, the timesheet and everything was there. The doctor was arrested. When the doctor was arrested, he was interviewed. The doctor said, no comment, no comment, no comment. That was all he answered to everything. This guy was charged to hospital. He was found guilty. This guy is a highly first-grade, trust-grade specialist. He's a registrar in obstetrics and gynecology. You are talking about somebody who qualified in 2003. He's 62 years old. He's close to his retirement. And now he is going to jail because he wanted to probably buy a big house in Lekki. And this is what greed does to people. So people are saying that this is spiritual attack. Why some are saying that the doctor was naive because he ought to have known that he would have been arrested. Put your comment in the comment section, because this is something that could have been avoided. This happened 2 weeks after this other young man was struck off. He was struck off the medical register because he collected 12,000 pounds while he was living with his mom, and he made up an address to claim housing benefit. These two high-flying doctors, their career has crashed overnight because of what? Money. Some people call it ego, some call it araba, some people call it owo. If you do not control your urge, this thing, it will destroy you. Do you have any sympathy for these two men? Do you think that it was spiritual attack, or do you think it was pure greed? Put your comment in the comment section. If you have any, do you have any sympathy for them? Let me know what your views are. Don't forget to share this video with young people coming up and explain to them that this is the consequence of what greed can do to you. If you're thinking about buying a house in Lekki with fast money, something like this can easily happen. Don't forget to give the like and share.